you can probably present it after for me.
What?
After this game, you want to go and present it now to them? You can
No,
do it.
I'm gonna start scoring after this. I have to go play because Orlando's already playing nice.
All right.
But
Hey, Jam, if you can't win any, you can still present it.
yeah, but you don't understand. We got to play for the 87 without objection. I know, but we still gotta play the game. We can't forfeit it because we're in the semi. Let's go to the beach. Because it's job, they're called. They're called USAcricket. So you know, I'm not playing 87. Yeah, I know. We already played yesterday. No.
So wait, are they out?
No, they're in.
And
They're already in. This game was decided. This was rejected second. This game, right? Now, they will lose, they lost. Yeah, he said they win right now. UAE. It's either this game, next game they're also keeping again. Every team on this list besides the 3-1. Yeah, no, they're fueling. Oh. Yeah, that's all. But you have 4 spots here. Yeah, it's 2 groups. No, no, it's 2 groups. So from their group it's Titans. Only 2 groups. It's Titans and Islanders from that group. Yeah. And from our group it's us and Soft Farmers.
Okay. All right, good.
Oh, shit. I don't realize it, but sorry. Well, then fight fair like competition. No, we're still in. Uh-huh. Yeah. UAE is fueling. Let's read it quick. Do you have it in this? Is that how you review? In this? No, it's here. I have it here.
In the old one, yeah. Yes, yeah, it's for the viewing.
So yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Stream live video.
Okay, okay. So we will transfer it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which one? Yeah. Yesterday from Mexico.
Yeah, I totally know that. He's saying yesterday. It's the same guy, Davis again. You got one from yesterday.
Alalay. Alalay, let me switch in. No, the man switch in. I seen it. Yeah. Alalay. The fellas can't be sold. What? I mean, after nothing.
Man, what kind of number is that? That's the letter S on it.
Yeah, no worries.
Who's that?
Who is that? They coming
I
up.
have no clue, bro.
What's the difference? Alright, switch in.
Who's 13? 13 is Wakas.
Gang S.
Who's S? Who's Wakas? Wakas is the one with the last one. No, they're back. They're two.
No, 13 is. Oh, Wakas or 13 is.
Wakas, but I don't know who letter S is.
He's not a striker.
He's a striker.
No, Wakas is not.
Wakas is not 11.
Who did my ODS normal on your shirt?
Hmm?
Who did my ODS on your shirt? The batsman striker. You have a S for it, S. Do you know who is that?
Remember how we don't know that
S.
they...
Me no way.
That is no number.
I can tell her what to put for S, you know. S stands for a lot of things.
Yeah. So I know.
So is that a 5?
Fine. No, five, then sure, that's right.
Okay. I can't figure out something like that. Back then, this guy is connected. That's not my thing.
Wakas, I have him.
So welcome back, and this is game 2, the UAE coming up against the US Academy. Delivery outside the off stump by Akbar Rana, a former United Arab Emirates player. Has had a good tournament. In one of the games he got 2 wickets in 2 balls, and that game, just trying to pull that up, that game 2 wickets in 2 balls. We'll get that pretty soon for you, but he's had a good tournament. So 2 games back to back for the UAE today. The experience of Rana there, just pitching that one up, pitching it wide outside the off stump, taking the onside out of the play in terms of the big hits. Let's see how he goes now. Rana is not happy with the fielder. Thought that he took too long to get to that one. They come back for 2. This one worked the way down to the sweeper's position. They're gonna always come back for 2 for that. So they get 2 more. And a bit too short and wide there. He's keeping the ball outside the off stump. Again, well pitched up. Improving on the previous shorter delivery, and it's the end of the over. At the end of 2, the score is 11 without loss, the US Cricket Academy. Worked away for 2 more. The new bowler Ali. So it's now 13 without loss. This is the 3rd over. UAE will want to win these final 2 games in the air and all the way. A big hit on that occasion. It was well pitched up, and all he did was to pull it over cow corner, length delivery. It deserved the treatment it got. This is game number 2. Just to recap the opening game today, USVI won the toss and sent in the Miami Chargers to bat. They made 47 for 4 of their 6 overs. USVI 49 without loss in 4.3, with Doyle Jones 21 and Philon Davis 19. So a 10-wicket victory there for the US Virgin Islands. This is swept away around the corner again. Just one this time. The UAE winning the toss and deciding to bowl first. Not a bad delivery at all, having to make room to get it through the offside. after this game, we have the last preliminary round game, and semi-final play has already been decided. So these matches are all of academic interest. We have going through as winners of this group. As this is outside the off stump. So the winners of this group, Samp Army, they've gone through with 4 wins, and the winner of Group A, Titans, 3 wins and a no result. And the other 2 teams advancing, the Orlando Stars, they still have 1 game to play again. They're coming up against UAE after this game, but they have already qualified. The Orlando Stars and the US Virgin Islands qualifying by virtue of their win this morning. They ended on 5 points. One bounce down to cold corner. That's one more. Just looking to pick up the run rate now. 23 without loss. No big slugging. We saw 1-6 struck in the last over, but I want to get up to around 60 here, 60, 65. That'll take some batting. Outside the off stump, cracked away through the offside, and they're going to cover it now down on the cover boundary. A fumble that allows for 2. Wide signal by umpire Salaji. Short, pulled away. This should go straight down to the deep mid wicket fielder. Remember, in this tournament, 10 fielders alone are allowed, but they could be placed anywhere. And what we are seeing is on the onside, 4 fielders right back on the circle, and on the boundary, sorry, and on the offside, another 4. A swing and a miss here. I think what some of the captains have missed here, they've missed the trick by keeping everyone back on the boundary. They've missed the trick of cutting these runs down by bringing some of the fielders in to cut the angles. They're very preoccupied about saving the boundaries. End of the over, the end of 4, 29 without loss. And 1 player has retired from the academy team. He'll be replaced by another. Just pulled away and down to the boundary for 4. Short delivery. He swiveled and had it into the boundary in a flash. That takes the score now to 34 without loss. Way outside the off stump. That should be called a wide. Umpire Salaji has this way of signaling the wide. This time it's fielded down there on the boundary, so they prevent the boundary. One more. So the way the academy, they're looking here as if they can get up there around 50. Give the UAE a good chance of getting that total. Azim. Early struggling. Azim. So swung away and one bounce to the fielder down there at the cow corner. So only one more. That wouldn't do at this point. One delivery to going over number 5. That's the end of the over. Last ball there. Mujib not making contact. It's the end of 5. 37 for without loss. 1 over to come. Again, Azim is struggling. Can't get it away. Hamza in the air. And Hamza could probably put him out of his misery. He does. So the first wicket falls. It's Azim who goes. It's 37 now for 1. He was really struggling and he has to leave. What is going on there? Alright, don't run the ads. If you don't run, if wow, yeah. not even getting the camera.
So you know what they've done? What they don't want like people's names on it?
White ball.
Why they don't want people's names
No,
on
but
it?
he on the next shoot, so I don't know.
Some of the cricket leagues, so these guys are gonna find
What you say when they talk
they
there?
want officially their names on the list if they're going to each other or something. It's like football. We don't care.
So you see,
Aye.
I can see
Yeah, leave it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's why he said I don't really care if you put
That's
together.
strange because we use that laptop in beach. That laptop is used all the time in beach.
Wiring one? Wired?
Um,
Yeah, I'll put that in.
for the 2 without 20.
yeah.
40 because wide plus one.
I'm surprised the camera ain't coming back up. At least you would have see the camera.
Yeah. So
It
you
will.
see why
It,
you want
No,
T20.
uh-huh.
leave it with wide.
So when you want
The wide. Do the wide.
yeah.
Oh, I forgot you're probably not getting the camera because you had to add back the camera.
You just turn point or you did.
OBS, yeah. And the wide.
That's what I know
What are you using? VMix or OBS? See, I wonder if that computer have OBS, you know. I think it have OBS. Talk to him and yeah, and you give my feedback. So it's 45 for 1. This one peels off the edge. It's going to go away down to the boundary and it should reach there about now. No, it holds up. It pulls up. The outfield not as quick as the one. And they go back for 3. So 1 delivery to come. Oh, that's it. That's it. 48 for 1. 49 for 1. That's the final score, the US Cricket Academy. So when we come back, the target is 50 for UAE to win. Right, so we are back. The target is 50. UAE will be looking to get that. This is edged in and out of the gloves of the wicketkeeper. It goes down to a short third man. And they're off and running. Abdullah Khan bowling a good line. So they want a good start here. The US Cricket Academy. Most of these guys from this team, they're from in and about this area. It's a short pulled away by Mustafa. In fact, it's Ali. So just over 8 runs required and over to win this, 8.5. The UAE team not doing as well as they would have thought in this tournament. It's pushed away just 4 off point. They take 1 and they're going to go back for 2. So when the fielder set back, it always gives the opportunity for these guys to get runs. And the doubles, that is. They also get a lot of overthrows. We have been seeing that. Struck straight down the ground. Khan gets out of the way. They want 2. They're going to go back. Again, a poor throw. That leads to 2. Putting the fielder under pressure. Almas. This one is short, but the rush is on. Can't get it to where he wants, but he still gets a single. I like the intent being shown here by the UAE guys. They're looking to run for everything, and they're right up there with the run rate already. Imran Ali asking umpire Hartley about that. It's the end of the first over, 7 without loss. The first semi-final today is carded for 1 p.m., the second for 2:30, and the final will be on for 4 o'clock. Sarup Sandhu, we all know who is his favorite cricketer, seems to be Jasprit Bumrah. Let's see if he can produce the Yorkers that Bumrah produces. So here's Sandhu, better known as Bumrah. outside the off stump. That one not coming up. There's Sarup again. Edged. Bottom edge. Because of his action, he's getting the ball to skid on. So it's keeping a bit low. In the air, and Sandhu himself is gathering under it. He takes the catch. That'll make Jasprit Bumrah proud. The first wicket falls 8 for 1. One delivery to go in Sarup's over. In the air, down to Azim, and he takes the catch. So 2 wickets for Sarup, and that has pushed the UAE back a bit. They're now 14 for 2. Zubair Ahmed getting off the mark with a 6 and leaving the very next ball. So at the end of over number 2, with the target being 50, UCT UAE, they are 14 for the loss of 2. A lot will depend on Mustafa now, the opener. He is on 7 of 5. Hamza advancing. Nothing wrong with that delivery. He's asking the umpire if that was wide, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Ooh, well, that one could have gotten him. And they take 2. So Hamza is off the mark and he's off and he goes to 4 in fact. It's now 18 for 2. 32 to win off 20 balls. Hoiked away. Can't find the boundary. So Zaidi keeping it tight. Gentle medium pace. At 1 o'clock we'll have the semi-finals, and 2:30 the other semi-finals, and at 4 o'clock the finals will be played. Here's Zaidi. Mustafa kicks this away, looking to drive through the offside. The ball not really coming on to the bat, making it difficult for stroke play. So the required rate going up all the while. It has now reached 10.4. Wide signal by the umpire Hartley now. This idea has been good. Just the 4 runs from his 5 deliveries. Quick single always puts the fielder under pressure. It's the end of 3. 19 for 2. So Hamza Khan is going to take up the attack now. He's bowling to Asfa Mustafa. That's a wide. Biasology takes his good time to signal a wide. He has his own way of doing things. Again, outside the off stump, just playing with that guideline. Salaji is coming upstairs. Look at him. So that's 2 wides now. Oh, that's a wide. That's a broad. That's so wide. It's going to go close to the boundary. They take 2, so that's 3 wides now. One hopes that this over finishes before the finals. Azim coming up just to have a word with Hamza Khan. So Hamza to Hamza. Just outside the off stump there. Salaji looks at it. So he's finally bowled one legal delivery. One ball. Driving, it takes the edge. Down to third man. They're going to push for two. They can't get it. In the air, and the fielder took off late, and this is why he can't reach it. He must have been thinking about Sunday lunch. His mind was not on the cricket, and he took off very late. Slow delivery, cut away again. This time he's more aware. He attacks it. They take one. So Mustafa is on 12. Hamza is on 4. And Hamza Khan is still bowling this over. MAQTV for 1. It's away from the fielder, who then makes a misfield. They go back for 2 at the end of over number 4. The score is 30 for 2. UAE are still well within grasp of this game. One delivery to go still. So that's the end of the over. At the end of it, 30 for 2. 2 overs to get 20 runs, and think we are in for an exciting finish. Edged and taken on the second attempt. He pushed the right hand out. It popped up in the air, and he collected it with his left. So the dangerous Asfar Mustafa goes for 12. It's now 30 for 1. Wide signal by Salaji. Zaidi, the chosen bowler to get the second over. And one bowler can bowl 2, so he has been chosen to bowl his second. First over 1 for 5. That's a wide again. Salaji is getting a workout. $18 to get, still all of 2 overs to get it. Down the ground, it's, oh, that's a lovely bit of fielding there by Azim. Covering the ground quickly. Swing and a miss. Valuable ball there. In the air and just to the left of Sarup. After 2 overs, I thought Sarup would have been the man to have gotten the second over. We're up to 34 now for 3. 16 required. Seven deliveries to go. 15 runs required. They're making it difficult now. Bakshi and Hamza is in there. Hamza is on strike. So this is down the ground. 1 bounce. They're going to come back for 2. So it's the end of over number 5. 37 for 3. 1 over to go. 13 runs required for victory. So the final over is up. Wide. That was just inside the line. Zulfikar Azim. Another wide. Eleven to get. 6 balls to go. Another wide. Finally gets one straight. This is whipped away around the corner. They take one. They're going to come back for two. It's going to go for four. Yes, it does. A poor bit of fielding down a deep backward square. It leads to a boundary. So now UAE, all they need is 6 runs from 5 balls. They take one. They're going to press for 2 here. Bakshi is off and running. That's good running. Putting pressure on Sarup, also known as Bumrah. And they get 2. So 4 of 4. Well, that's the way to end it. 6. Dropped and over the ropes for 6. Well, had that catch been taken, they would have still been in the contest. Going into the last over, they required 13. They got it off 3 balls. 52 for 3. Bakshi hitting a big 6 to end it. So we've come to the end of game number 2 today. We take a short break. We resume for the last preliminary round game number 3 today. So the final preliminary round game. I'll feel it there by Bakshi. Bakshi was the man of the match in the last game. UAE winning that. They're playing against Orlando Stars now. It's a big swing and a miss. It goes down to third man. Amar Malik comes in to strike now. By Hartley, signaling leg by. He has done a good job over the last 3 days. Well, Malik plays the French cut. It goes down to short backward square. He gets one. Saad Lavai, who early on won one of our man of the match award, is Bakshi again. Just keeping it tight, Bakshi. Subtle variations. It's back and cuts. Malik gets the room. That's a good bit of fielding. Bakshi bowling a good first over there, just looking for a good line, good length. As I said before, subtle variations. And at the end of the first over, good one by Bakshi's 4 without loss. Saad Lavai and the Chai Tea man, Amar Malik. So it's going to be the former United Arab Emirates player, Akbar Rana, man who lives in Dubai. If you're looking for him, he's close to the airport. And this is out of the ground for 6. His first delivery, a length ball that Saad Lavai just struck straight down the ground for 4. You'll have to pull it back a bit or go right up. Let's see his response. He has loads of experience, having played cricket in Pakistan and also for the United Arab Emirates, as he now lives there. He's a good chef, I can tell you that. Oh, that's much better. It's in the air. Could the keeper get it? He drops it. Well, it looked very comical. It was as if a Skylab was going to drop on his head. And he ran away for that. Akbar could see the funny side of it. But good ball by Akbar. He's bowled well in this tournament here, Akbar Rana. That's a good delivery. Malik pulls it down to the backward square and he wants 2. Malik is a good runner in between the stumps. $13 without loss. Rana in his first over, he has gone for 8. Oh, that's a lovely pickup. They come back for 2. good line, but more than anything else there. And also the length was good. Just looking to choke him for room, but with the field spread right back, they were able to get 2. And I continue to say that I think some of the captains are missing the trick here. They're placing fielders right back on the boundary, where I think some of those fielders could be up in the 30-yard circle just to cut the angle a bit. Hoiked away for 1. Malik wants 2. It's not there. End of 2, 18 without loss. That is that. The experience there of Bakshi proving to be deadly for Saad Levine. He's bowled all over the shop, and the first wicket has fallen for the Orlando Stars. They're 18 for 1. Remember the last game they batted second. They had to chase 5th there, and they got there in the final over for that victory. And now they'll be looking to restrict the Orlando Stars to a total that is manageable. Saad Levine leaving the arena. Now what could be the hold back here? Sami Siddiq, I think they're waiting on. Sami Siddiq was due to go in next. And now he has to turn back because someone else took his position out there. So you will have to wait a bit, Sami Siddiq. Bakshi has been good. So he has been the chosen one to get 2 overs. Just 4 coming in his first over. And a wicket in his second. 1 for 4. He's in his second over, Bakshi. Struck straight back down the ground. Bakshi moves his getting his foot out of the way, and then he uses it again to stop the ball. Probably has aspirations of playing football for the United Arab Emirates. Oh, that's good. That's good by Bakshi. Usman Ashraf is the new batsman. Down the track. That's a wonderful hit. Wonderful use of the feet there by Ashraf. And that goes for 6. That's the way you can put him off. So now you will be thinking that Ashraf could come down the track again. That could force him to pitch it shorter. Ashraf could then stay back and look to maneuver the ball on the onside. So he has now created some doubts in the mind of Bakshi. Looking for 2, it's not there. Oh, he's back looking to cut into the gloves of the wicketkeeper. And it's the end of Bakshi's spell. His 2 overs, 1 for 13. And at the end of 2, it's 27 for 1, the Orlando Stars. Six runs over. The fielder, he jumped in the air in a last desperate attempt to pull it down, and that one goes for 6. So a big 6 struck there by Ashraf. He's looking very good. Ashraf still having a little word with umpire Salanji. The short is back and just short of the fielder down at deep mid wicket. Quick bat speed. That was able to help him there. This has worked away a poor bit of fielding there. So it's getting comical now. And they're able to go back for 3. Driving, that's a lovely shot for 4. Well, Ashraf is looking really good here. He raised his own now. And that takes a score of 41 for 1. Elegant player, Ashraf. End of the over. At the end of it, 47 for the loss of 1. And with just 2 overs to go. Looking to get out around 65. Dead ball. So the weather is changing a bit here. It's grown a bit cloudy. The clouds are high though, and the wind is up. So hopefully it can just blow away. One more. So the fifth over being bowled by Afak Javid. Usman Ashraf is really, really looking good. Down the ground again. That's another maximum. A huge hit. Ashraf with his fourth six moves on now to 38. Successive balls struck for six here. Down the leg side. This should go very close to the boundary. I don't think it has the legs to cross it. Rana gives chase. And they come back for 3. So Ashraf is on 38. Malik comes into strike now. That's 4 wides. 62 for 1. A good score here by Orlando Stars. Down the ground. 1 bounce. Malik looking to clear the offside. Let's see what Ashraf has in store now. He has already struck 2 sixes in this over. Well, that's a wide. That is going to go, I think, into the boundary now for 4. So losing the plot here, Afak. His over has been very costly. And I'm sure that his skipper, Rana, will be looking at him and bowling, calling him out, saying, Afak, what's going on here? What's really going on? 72 for 1. This is the 5th over. That was intelligent there by Ashraf. He didn't try to open up and look to access the onside with that delivery. He allowed it. He knew it was going to be called wide. Now he loses his shape, misses this one, through to the wicketkeeper. That's 1 more. End of 5, it's 73 for 1, and the Orlando Stars are really batting well here. Drop catch, that wouldn't help. Final over here. Imran Ali. "25 runs coming in the last over." Here's Ali. And he's cleaned up. Yorked himself there, Ashraf. Coming down the track, and he's bowled all over the place for 41, but he played beautifully. 41 off 13. Well, Damian Rowe promoted in the attack, and he's now bowled all over the shop. 77 for 3. So wicket there, Damian Rowe. Still, we haven't seen Sami Siddiq, who was batted up and he was going out. Can't fall Damian Rowe there. He has to go for shots. It's the last over. 1 ball to go. Amar Malik has batted throughout the innings for his 10 of 9. But a good effort here by Orlando Stars in their 6 overs. Malik speaking to Sharif, probably telling him, regardless of what happened, run for your life. A change in the field. Imran Ali has taken 2 for 4 here in this lone over. It's scooped away on the offside. They take 1. They're going to go back for 2. And they're going to go for 3 now. So that was definitely the message. Diving in is Amar Malik, and he's out. So 2 more. They close at 79 for 4. So welcome back. Remember the target is 80 in 6. Mohamed Asif playing forward. There is no run there. Ashfaq Ahmed is the man opening the bowling. UAE will have to go after everything here. Only 6 overs. Caught and bowl. So a wicket off the second ball of the innings. Ashfaq Ahmed strikes. Mohamed Asif has to leave. Early wicket there for Orlando Stars. Sami Sidik will be very happy about that. His team is looking to win this. So a wicket already down, another run on the board. So UAE winning their last game, which was the second game this morning, but this is going to be an uphill struggle for them. Oh, that's a good delivery. Cramping him for room. He was on the back foot. Gets it on the offside for 1. Sheehan there at mid-off. So you've seen a mid-off in place. And I keep saying that some of these guys are missing the trick here. They're posting fielders right back on the boundary and not mixing it up with some guys within the circle who can cut the angles. Outside the off stump again, beaten. So Ashfaq Ahmed is bowling well here. 1 for 1. He's in his first over. He's down the track. It's in the air. No one will get that. Siddiq runs to his left. Fires in the return. They're going to go back for 2. It makes no sense mucking around here. They need to go for shots. 80 required in 6. 3 for 1. 1 delivery to go in the first over. Straight to Shine, and there's a chance to run out. And this is what I've been speaking about. Putting a fielder there inside the circle, that was the opportunity to get the run out. And he was able to put the batsman under pressure. I could have easily, probably just reached in there, Imran Ali. So at the end of the first over, it's 4 for 1. Here is Shian Chang here, and that could have been a wicket off his first ball, pushing it across the right-hander. Outside the off stump, and this one goes through to the wicket keeper. So a good over so far from Shian Ahmed, Dr. Shian Ahmed, let me say so. Bowling well. One wonders if he was up here, he might have had that analysis wrong. But let him bowl. He's good out there. Told me he's going to win the man of the match in award for this game, so he has to bowl a good first over so that they can give him a second. Yeah, he is. Well, that's a good idea. Angle it across the left-hander, but just outside the line. Slow delivery, good delivery there. Worked away, it's going to go for 4. But I like the idea. The young man is thinking that was a slow delivery. And had Sami Siddiq been a little fitter. He's a fit man, you know, Sami Siddiq. But if he was a little fitter, he might have been able to cut that out. 12 for 1. There were a lot of runs to play with here. Imran Ali's on 9 now. He's taking a lot of time just to organize himself. This is the final game before the semi-finals. Outside the off stump, and that's a good decision there by umpire Hartley. It was inside that guideline. So Shian Ahmed bowls is over for 9 runs, and it's the end of 2, 12 for 1. So this is the 3rd over in progress. First delivery, bowled already. Well, it's in the air. Shian Ahmed running back. Look at him. 3 men are wrong, and Shian Ahmed leaves mid off and gets that. His good friend Dave Mongal is saying he's a super athlete. The way he ran there behind that one, he didn't need his car. That was clamped last night. The wheels were clamped. Down the leg side, through to the wicket keeper. Swatted away into the hands of the fielder, in and out. Seems to be Ashraf down there. Fielding, I dare say, has not been of a high standard in this tournament, barring a few players. Ali Raja, the bowler. Imran Ali. Good delivery. Siddiq, way over his head. He's a short man. That's 6. So Mustafa is looking to fight back here. 25 for the loss of 1. Slight delay. $25 for 1 after 3 overs. And this is a big swing and a miss. Ashraf in the air. The fielder running from backward point can't reach it, and they go back for 2. An appeal for run out. Umpire Hartley is not interested in that. Ashraf batted beautifully, scored 41 of just 13 balls, striking 4 sixes. Out, stumped. A big swing and a miss. He was on his bike. So that is another wicket that has fallen. UAE struggling here at the moment. Orlando batting first, 79 for the loss of 4 wickets in their 6 overs. So the target is 80. Taib Hamid, the new man coming in. But Asfar Mustafa is still in there. I say good morning to the chairman of Cricket Council USA, MAQ Qureshi. Good morning, MAQ. How are you?
Good morning, Vinod.
Well, I think it's good afternoon, eh?
Yes, beautiful weather. It's look like we're sitting in England, Lord's Cricket Stadium, watching the game. And Orlando Stars have the last game for reach out run rates to become semi-final. There is the 2 semi-finals and finals playing thereafter.
It's clear that Orlando Stars will be making the semi-finals after that effort to get up to 79. Another swing and a miss. It goes down just behind square. Take 1. This tournament has been well subscribed, has been successful. Usman Ashraf, he's bowled well. That's the 4 runs in the first over. Now it's a no ball signaled by umpire Salaji. It goes for 4, so that's 5 runs. And look at that signal there by Salaji. Sometimes you think Salaji belongs in a circus. A free hit is coming up after a very tight first over by Ashraf. He gave away 5 wides and now a free hit of the last ball. This is swung away. They take 1 and they're going to go back for 2. There's a chance for a run out here, but the fielder on that occasion threw at the wrong end. At the end of over number 4, the score is 36 for 2. The target is 80. Two more, courtesy of French cut. That delivery from Rana Adil, just tailing back in, got the inside edge. Rana Adil, he had his first over that went for 9. So they're way off that target at the moment. 42 required of 11 balls. It's not impossible, but highly improbable. Oh, that's a good take by the keeper. Good stop. Could have been blindsided by the batsman on that occasion. That went between the batsman and the stumps. Oh, he's right up. No room. 21 to Mustafa. He is 4th. But I think this is... could be beyond him. A target is too much. Just one more. So he is again. Oh, that's down the leg side. He's able to squeeze it away just far off square. They take one. They're going to go back for two. And there's a chance to run out. I think he's gone. Yes, umpire Hartley raises the dreaded index finger. And he is on his way. So, another wicket has fallen. And the score is now 40 for 2. As I say, welcome to the man who hammered the bowling yesterday. He's now off the field. Afternoon, and how are things with Coconut Creek?
Well, Coconut Creek tried their best. It was a good game, went all the way to the last ball, and somehow the guys squeezed out 4 runs. All 10 players or 8 fielders were inside the ring, and that was the strategy. Apparently it didn't work.
Well, I think it shouldn't have gone down to that point. You were on top of that match, and it shouldn't have gone down to that last ball.
Absolutely
to be
agreed.
honest.
We had some mishaps on the field, and that's what cost us the game.
Well, I'm sure you would have enjoyed your outing, you particularly.
Absolutely. I had good times keeping, and it was fun. The ball was skidding, and it was not easy to be a wicket keeper.
Yeah, the ball is keeping low on this track. It's skidding along. Now there is a situation here where the UAE is going to struggle to get up to 80. They're still 39 short of now
Agreed with
7
that.
balls.
I totally agree with you. And not sure the youngster in there that has the ball in his hand, Rana Adil. He has played some decent cricket. He's a tape ball player, by the way, in Pakistan. He was picked by USAcricket, and he won the Sprite Challenge as a you know how they have challenges all over the country. Who bowls the fastest ball? And I bet it was about 10 years back. He kicked in about 140 or 45 plus and won the Sprite Challenge in that year.
Tape ball?
No, hard ball. He is a tape ball player, but when they were gauging him, it was with the hard ball. So he clocked in pretty good speed. And you see with 4 steps, look at that speed.
Wow, he's bowled him. Impossible to deal with that Yorker. And he, of course, is bowling at some good clicks as well.
So since then, you know, he has flipped from tape ball to hard ball and then injured his knee. So he's been out of cricket for the last couple of years trying to, you know, heal his knee, and now he's back with his short start, so keeping knee in his mind, and also have learned new tricks being a nutritionist at the same time.
Wow, yeah, he seems to be a fit guy. At the moment, it's 41 for the loss of 4 after 5 wickets, 39 of the final over, and Orlando Stars, you must say, at this point in time, I think more than likely they will go on to win and get into the semi-final, which should be on very soon. The first semi-final is carded to go on.
Yeah, USA T10, the rules has been playing for 2014. The best players from the other team who lost the teams, they got opportunity to continue to play with one of the semi-final final teams also. So they're not left out. There's many times we seen of them the past history. The team have 1 and 2 top players come and play our tournament, and the team got earlier knocked out, and the player opportunity left out. So we want to give them opportunity to the player who's playing for the different teams. They never made it in semi-final final, and also we give them opportunity to the players from the team owners for semi-final finalists. They can take the players and make a strongest team for them, and we give them great opportunity for the players who came all there in Chicago and different states and all. They are the top players, and they will not left out on the tournament. So usually we have been made our teams many times. We take 2 top players or 3 top players. We have it, and once you lost the primary rounds, and we lost these players, and players never see his expert opportunity, show them his showcase talent. So this is a great opportunity tournaments we have. This is a new format we have done ever. So this is a great opportunity for still players on the tournaments.
So it's not over for those who did not qualify for the knockout phase, as team owners can still look around and see if they want to pick any of the players to strengthen their team as they head into the semi-finals. Well, what is this? That must have slipped out. Down to Amar Malik. Take 1. Let's look at the square leg umpire. Yes. No? Hartley is saying no. Well, one thought that was a no ball.
Seemed like one. And as Vinod was saying, this is a good opportunity as, players who have dropped off during their primary games now have a healthy chance to join one of the semifinalist team. I think that grows the competition. They get a chance and exposure, and it'll be really good for the youngsters to come in and play a semifinal game who have lost initially.
But that's just to ensure that it's all inclusive. Outside the off stump, well, he seems to be operating like that. He's one of those bowlers who your eyes normally light up when you see him tossing it up like that, and then all of a sudden it dips. Have a look at it. It dips there.
Yeah, it's like waiting on the train station for the train to arrive, and finally it does, and your eyes lit up.
Yep, and it's full. And the train is full. One delivery to go, and we have reached the end of the preliminary round play. Well, that should be a no ball.
Absolutely. Let's see what the umpires call. Oh, this time.
Yes. It's called by the standing umpire Salaji. And so we have a free hit with the last ball. Gives them an opportunity to at least get up to 5th there.
Would that change anything or just make a dent in the run rate?
Well, this is the final ball. And that's it. It's the end of the match. UAE losing this encounter by 32 runs, in fact. And we're off the semi-finals play now.
Yep, and seems like Orlando Stars have made it to the next level. Congratulations, Orlando Stars.
Yeah, well, they're into the semi-finals. We take a short break. We'll be back shortly with the semi-finals.